Welcome to my channel Valuable Coins, All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. Today's journey takes us deep into the pockets of American history, where a small piece of change might just turn into a life-changing treasure. We're diving into the captivating world of the Washington quarter dollar from the year 1981, a coin that many people have held, spent, or forgotten in the bottom of a drawer, but that could actually be worth a fortune. The Washington quarter is no ordinary coin. It's a symbol of American heritage, minted to honor the legacy of the first president of the United States, George Washington. First introduced in 1932, this iconic coin has seen decades of American change, both historical and financial. By 1981, the Washington quarter had become a standard part of American commerce. But what most people don't know is that some of these coins were anything but standard. The 1981 Washington quarter might look just like any other, silver-colored, with George Washington's dignified profile on the obverse side and the majestic bald eagle on the reverse. But looks can be deceiving. Underneath the surface lies a fascinating world of rare mint errors, collectible conditions, and mysterious mintage quirks that have made certain quarters from this year incredibly valuable to collectors around the globe. Let's start with a bit of background. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced quarters in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify the origin by looking at the small letter under the profile of Washington: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver were circulated, while the ones from San Francisco were proof coins, usually not meant for everyday use, but rather for collectors. Now here's where things get exciting. While most 1981 quarters are common and worth only face value, there are some exceptions: rare coins with errors or unusual conditions that send collectors into a frenzy. We're talking about missed strikes, double dies, off-center prints, and coins that somehow missed part of the minting process. These anomalies are like typos in history: unexpected, rare, and incredibly valuable. Imagine this: a coin that escaped the normal quality checks at the U.S. Mint, perhaps struck slightly off-center or showing doubling in the letters or date. These are not the kind of flaws that reduce a coin's value. In fact, they do the opposite. They turn an everyday quarter into a numismatic mystery, and that mystery commands big money in the world of rare coins. But rarity alone isn't the whole story. Condition plays a huge role. A Washington quarter from 1981 that is in mint state, meaning it has never been circulated and has no signs of wear, is already far more desirable than one that's been through countless cash registers and vending machines. The grading system used by experts, such as MS65 or MS67, helps collectors determine just how perfect a coin really is. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. Among all the 1981 Washington quarters ever minted, one rare specimen has stood out from the rest. A coin so pristine, so rare in its perfection and unique characteristics, that it shattered expectations in the collector's market. This particular 1981 quarter was discovered with a unique mint error and in nearly flawless condition. Experts were stunned by its state. Minted with such a striking mistake, yet preserved in such impeccable form. It was auctioned through a respected numismatic house, and the bidding was fierce. Collector after collector vied for the chance to own this one-of-a-kind piece of American coinage. And when the hammer finally dropped, the price left everyone in awe. That single 1981 Washington quarter dollar, small enough to fit in your palm or vanish into a pocket, sold for a jaw-dropping $115,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that once could have been used to buy a gumball or make a phone call became a six-figure treasure. This is the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about metal. It's about history, rarity, condition, and the thrill of discovering something truly extraordinary. So, the next time you find some spare change in your car or dig through a forgotten jar of coins, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just be holding the next quarter that could change your life. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 Washington quarter, don't forget to like the video subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story from the hidden world of coin treasures. Keep your eyes open, your wallets close, and your curiosity alive, because sometimes the most valuable things come in the smallest packages. Top 2. We're going to uncover one such hidden gem. A coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but behind its familiar face lies a story of rarity, mystery, and unimaginable value. We're talking about the 1988 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that might be in your hands right now without you realizing its true worth. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, it has become a staple of U.S. currency. But not all quarters are created equal. Some are common, some are rare, and a select few are worth far more than 25 cents. In fact, some are worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's zoom in on the year 1988. It was a time of cultural shifts, political changes, and economic movement in the United States. And in the world of coins, it was the year the U.S. Mint produced millions of Washington quarters. These coins were struck at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left its own mark on the coin, quite literally. You can tell where your quarter came from by the tiny letter just to the right of George Washington's ponytail on the obverse of the coin. A P means it came from Philadelphia, a D from Denver, and an S from San Francisco. Most of these coins have had a long life, passed from hand to hand, used to buy coffee, dropped into vending machines, or forgotten in old piggy banks. But here's the exciting part. Out of the millions minted, a few 1988 quarters slipped through the cracks of normalcy. Some were struck with minting errors. Some were produced using unexpected materials. Others were preserved so perfectly that they remain in nearly untouched condition to this day. And it's these unusual examples, the ones with quirks, flaws, or flawless condition, that collectors go crazy for. So, what makes a 1988 Washington quarter valuable? There are a few key factors. First, condition is everything. A quarter that looks like it just left the mint floor, without any scratches, dings, or signs of circulation, is considered a mint state coin. Coins graded MS-65 and above by professional grading services are rare and highly desirable. But that's only part of the equation. The second factor is errors. Yes, errors, something that's typically considered a flaw, can skyrocket the value of a coin. In the case of the 1988 quarter, some were discovered with dramatic mistakes. For example, a few quarters were accidentally struck on planchets meant for other denominations, like dimes or foreign coins. Others displayed double striking, off-center designs, or misaligned dies. These errors are not just mistakes, they are miracles of chance that make these coins stand out in the world of numismatics. Collectors are drawn to these coins not only for their rarity, but because each one tells a unique story. A misprinted coin is like a time capsule from the minting process, a moment when the machinery slipped and left behind a one-of-a-kind treasure. Now here's where things get really interesting. Among the known 1988 Washington quarters, one particular coin has become the stuff of legend. Discovered by a sharp-eyed collector and authenticated by experts, this quarter exhibited a rare minting error and was preserved in extraordinary condition. Its surfaces gleamed with the original luster. The details were sharp, crisp, and unmatched by nearly every other 1988 quarter in existence. When this coin hit the auction block, it caused a stir. Seasoned collectors and investors from around the world lined up for the chance to own this elusive masterpiece. The bidding was intense, with numbers climbing higher and higher, breaking past expectations and rewriting the market value for coins from this era. And when the final bid was called, this simple-looking 1988 Washington quarter, originally worth just 25 cents, sold for an astonishing $102,000. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A coin that might have once sat in a cashier's drawer or been lost between couch cushions is now worth more than some luxury cars or even small homes. But this is the magic of coin collecting. Sometimes, a piece of pocket change isn't just change, it's history, rarity, and treasure all rolled into one. So, the next time you're handed a quarter, don't overlook it. Take a moment. Check the year. Look for mint marks. Examine the details. Because you never know, you might be holding a coin that could change your fortune. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating trip through American coinage. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more numismatic treasures, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story like this. Keep searching, keep collecting, And always stay curious, because in the world of coins, even the smallest piece can have the biggest value. Top 3. That we're exploring the fascinating world of the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a humble coin that could hold an extraordinary value at first glance. The 1976 Lincoln penny seems just like every other cent you've ever spent or ignored. It's small, round, and features the well-known profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. But beneath this familiar face lies a surprising history and a world of collectors constantly on the hunt for the rarest versions of this unassuming piece of currency. To understand why some of these pennies are worth a small fortune, we have to take a step back in time. The year 1976 marked America's bicentennial, a major historical milestone celebrating 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The U.S. Mint produced special designs for quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins that year to honor the occasion. Interestingly, the penny kept its traditional design, featuring Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But even without a special commemorative design, the 1976 penny has managed to capture the attention of collectors for a very different reason. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted in large quantities at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint didn't include a mint mark, while Denver used a D and San Francisco an S. Most of these coins were made from a copper alloy, with about 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing around 3.11 grams. But hidden among these ordinary cents are some very special variations. Coins that were struck with unique errors or made under rare conditions that make them highly valuable today. So, what makes a 1976 penny worth more than just 1 cent? There are several key factors. One of the biggest is the condition of the coin. Collectors value coins that are in mint state condition, meaning they show no signs of wear or circulation. These are coins that look as if they were just minted yesterday, with all the original luster and detail intact. Such coins are graded by professionals on a scale from 1 to 70, and those graded MS65 or higher are considered very desirable. But condition alone isn't what's driving up the value of some 1976 pennies. It's the rare errors, unexpected and unusual mistakes during the minting process that transform these coins from common cents into collector's gold. Some of these error coins include double dies, where part of the design appears duplicated, or off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly aligned during minting. Others may have been struck on the wrong planchet altogether. Imagine a penny that was accidentally made on a dime-sized blank. These kinds of mistakes are incredibly rare and often escape notice for decades until a sharp-eyed collector stumbles upon them. Even more valuable are those rare 1976 pennies that exhibit both exceptional condition and unusual errors. These are the unicorns of the coin world, impossible to plan for, difficult to find, and fiercely sought after. One example includes a 1976 penny that was struck on a planchet meant for a foreign coin, resulting in a completely unexpected weight and appearance. Others include coins that have doubling in the date or in the word Liberty, features that can only be seen under close inspection, but that make a massive difference in value. These rare pennies don't just sit in collectors' albums. They go to auction, where the fiercest bidding battles unfold. And that brings us to one of the most fascinating stories from the world of coin collecting. One specific 1976 Lincoln penny turned heads and stunned experts when it surfaced in pristine condition, with an incredibly rare minting error that made it stand out from the rest. This penny was authenticated and graded by top experts, who confirmed it as one of the finest known examples of its kind. When it went up for auction, collectors immediately recognized its rarity and began bidding with intensity. In the end, this tiny copper coin, which most people would walk past without a second thought, sold for a staggering $85,000. Yes, you heard that right. 1 penny, 1 cent worth $85,000. This is what makes the world of coin collecting so endlessly fascinating. It's not just about money. It's about history, preservation, and the thrill of the hunt. A coin you've had in your hand 100 times could turn out to be a hidden gem. And that's what keeps people checking their change and searching for that once-in-a-lifetime find. So, the next time you come across a penny, especially one from 1976, take a moment. Look closely. You might just be holding something truly special. Who knows? Your next penny could be a rare piece of American history, quietly waiting to reveal its incredible value. Thanks for joining us in this deep dive into the world of the Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss another hidden treasure. Until next time, keep looking closely. You never know what secrets your spare change might be hiding. Top 4. We're unlocking the secrets of one such object, a tiny coin that nearly everyone has touched, spent, or saved at some point in their life. We're talking about the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent penny from the United States of America. A coin so small, yet for a select few examples, so incredibly valuable it could completely change your perspective on pocket change. The Lincoln penny is one of the most widely recognized coins in American history. It's been in continuous production since 1909, when it was first issued to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over time, its design has evolved, but its symbolic value and historical weight have remained constant. By the time 1981 came around, the Lincoln penny had been an essential part of American commerce for more than 70 years. Now, you might be wondering what makes the 1981 penny special. Millions were produced. It's not a rare year like 1909 or 1943, and there's no special commemorative design. But that's where the story gets interesting. In 1981, the U.S. Mint was on the brink of a major transition. That year marked the final full year the Lincoln penny was made using the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy. Just a year later, in 1982, the Mint would switch to a new composition, copper-plated zinc, due to rising copper prices. This makes the 1981 penny one of the last of its kind, a final chapter in the era of copper Lincoln cents. That alone makes it interesting. But the real intrigue lies in something else: rare variations, minting errors, and pristine conditions that have turned certain 1981 pennies into hot commodities among collectors. Let's break it down. The 1981 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If your coin has no mint mark, it came from Philadelphia. If it has a D, it's from Denver. And an S indicates it's a proof coin from the San Francisco Mint. While most of these coins were struck in vast numbers for circulation, a select few were made under special conditions or with very special errors. Error coins are one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting. These are coins that weren't struck perfectly. Maybe the die shifted slightly, resulting in doubled lettering, or the coin was misaligned, creating an off-center strike. Sometimes, the penny was accidentally struck on the wrong kind of metal blank entirely. These mistakes, while rare, make certain coins unique and therefore incredibly valuable. Then there's the matter of condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating coins that are closer to their original, flawless state when first minted. A 1981 penny that has been in circulation, bouncing around in pockets and drawers, is likely to show wear. But a few, very few, were kept in such pristine condition that they remain virtually untouched by time. These coins are graded as mint state, often designated MS65, MS67, or higher. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Now imagine combining both of those factors: a coin from 1981 with a significant error and in an extremely high grade. That's where things become truly extraordinary. One such penny stunned collectors and numismatists when it was discovered not only in near-perfect condition, but with a dramatic mint error that made it completely unique. It had been struck with a double die, an error where the design elements appear slightly repeated or shadowed, particularly in the date and inscriptions. Upon close inspection, this error was visible, clear, and undeniable. Experts graded the coin and confirmed its authenticity, rarity, and stunning condition. And what happened next? The coin was brought to auction. Collectors from across the country, some professional investors, others lifelong hobbyists, gathered virtually and in person to bid on this stunning example of U.S. coinage. As the price climbed, it became clear that this wasn't just a penny, it was a prized artifact. And when the final bid was placed and the auctioneer called it sold, the coin achieved something almost no one would expect. That small copper penny from 1981 sold for an astounding $67,000. Let that sink in. A coin most people wouldn't think twice about. A coin worth just 1 cent at face value. Yet because of a rare error, a perfect state of preservation, and a twist of historical timing, it became worth $67,000. This is what makes the world of coin collecting so compelling. It's not just about money. It's about mystery, discovery, and the thrill of finding something others have overlooked. So the next time you empty your pockets or shake a few coins from an old jar, take a closer look at those pennies. Look at the date. Check the condition. You never know when a seemingly ordinary coin might turn out to be a priceless piece of history. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the story of the 1981 Lincoln penny. If you found this video fascinating, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss another hidden treasure. Stay curious, keep searching, and remember, some of the greatest treasures in life are hiding in plain sight.